and welcome back to MC Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anthony. This is a show where we cover gaming industry related news and esports and personalities. I'm Michael Anthony. This is Kyle Heath. I feel like I totally butchered the intro. It's been the first time I butchered an intro in a long time, dude.
Just a lot going
But
on, man.
basically, honestly, I'm a little bit lost. It's been a tough work week for me. I've been struggling, but you guys didn't come here to listen to that. You came to listen to what we've been up to the last week. And let's give a quick recap. Kyle, how you been? What have you been gaming? And like, what's going on, dude? I love the shirt. I told you that very briefly early.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it's one of my work shirts. Like, I try to have
Nice.
nicer shirts for work. Don't go too
Okay.
crazy. But it's like, okay, just a little button down. I try like to dress a little bit, dress
Yeah.
up a little bit. But yeah, no, yeah, dude, shit. It's one of my favorites. But dude, this week for me, what did I play? I played a little bit of Smite. Cause why not? I only played a few matches.
Heck
Though.
yeah.
I won't lie. Yeah, the boys and I were playing, and yeah, the matches were not fun. We pretty much went against like mostly sweats, who just like that's all they play, and it's kind of like one of those. It was one of those sessions where it's just like couldn't catch a break really.
Just grind for us.
Yeah, we were just like we just were after like I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 games. We were just like, yeah, we could do something else. So we just did that. But outside of that, played Sports Split Fiction, made a little progress, a little more progress on that. So happy about that. Just getting better, man. Just getting better each little session we do. So very much excited about that.
That's awesome.
But I think it was all I did. It's all the gaming I did. Other than that, I was just kind of chilling. Spent some time like going out and living a little bit on the weekend. So
Oh yeah.
now that it's summer,
Going out exploring the outdoors and the wonderful weather.
Yeah, it is very hot, which is like the running. It's been the running joke at the office. Just like this past couple weeks, man, it's just been blisteringly hot. So
it's been brutal. Absolutely miserable almost.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty bad, but hey, man, we hang in there. What about you, Mike? Look, I know my man's got a lot going on right now. So,
dude, I'm getting cooked at work pretty much. Honestly,
it's rough.
It's absolute chaos. Boss left, so now we're like, all right, well, let's pick up the slack. All the projects are basically encompassing each other all at the same time. We got a guy going on vacation, so it's like anything that you can think of is going wrong.
Oh man,
but it's all good. We got a plan. I got some things leveled out and a little bit more organized. Just it's consuming a lot of my free time, and unfortunately, I haven't been touching really any games. I mean, dude, actually, the only gaming I've done, and I don't even classify it as like gaming, is LinkedIn puzzles. They have like they technically have 5 different puzzles that are daily, and I've been doing 3 of them every single day. It's like one is Tango, which is like just a matching puzzle. Then there is a maze puzzle, which I can't remember the name of it. And then there's the last one called Queens. They're fun, and there's like a time limit on it. That the time doesn't actually mean anything, but it does rank you based on your employer and your school, and I find that kind of cool. It's just something that I do. It's like becoming part of the morning routine. Open up the app instead of doom scrolling social media and getting bummed out. I'm like, I'm just gonna do these puzzles real quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I relate to that, especially like this week. I don't know why. Like I wake up and I'm just like trying to find something to do. I was like, I'll be on my phone for a little bit, but like I don't want to do Twitter. I don't want to do like any social media. Like I don't know. I'll just like either scroll on Discogs looking for records or like just find
Puzzles, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that do like Wordles every single day.
Yeah.
That's just their thing. It's like a routine.
True. It's way better than doom scrolling, to be honest. So,
yeah, dude, I feel it, man. At least you're like using your brain a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on, dude. There's a lot to try and catch your attention, so it's best to...
That's the problem, man.
It's best to just try and regulate.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just I'm pushing hard right now. For the time being, probably a couple of weeks. It's gonna be pretty intense, but then after that, it should be worthwhile later in like July, like mid to late July, hopefully going into August and September. Way more relaxed, way more chill, and then then we get a little bit more free time. Be nice. And like you said, it's been blistering hot, so it's not like I'm going out every single day,
Yeah. That's the thing, yeah, I'm not going out much during the day. That's for sure. If
Mm-hmm.
I do anything, it's
That's
like
absolutely right.
at night. If that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's how it is.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So why don't we just go ahead and start jumping into the articles, man? I know you want to start us off
should
with
do it.
something kind of depressing,
Yeah,
but it
I'm really just
is what it is.
set this off a banger here to start. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. This is coming from The Verge. Tom Warren reporting some rather bummer news, I must say.
And yeah,
Microsoft is planning a quote unquote major Xbox layoffs next week. And this was the June 24th when this posted. So yeah, by the time a few days after this is out, news might break. So see, be aware. Microsoft is also planning thousands of job cuts that will impact other parts of its business. Microsoft is planning to cut jobs in the company's Xbox gaming business as early as next week. First reported in Notepad earlier this month that Microsoft was planning Xbox layoffs potentially by the end of the month, and now Bloomberg says a round of major layoffs is due next week. Tom understands. Tom understands managers at Microsoft have been briefed about Xbox cuts and wider layoffs in other parts of Microsoft's businesses. The upcoming cuts are also expected to hit Microsoft's sales organization just at the start of the new financial year. Microsoft is planning to restructure parts of its Xbox business as it looks ahead to its next generation of consoles. One source tells Tom Microsoft is restructuring Xbox distribution across Central Europe, resulting in some Xbox operations ceasing in some regions. These layoffs will be in addition to 6,000 cuts Microsoft's already made in May, and on
sheesh.
top of the more than 300 impacted earlier this month, too. Any major Xbox cuts will be the latest in a series of big gaming layoffs of the past 18 months. After Microsoft laid off 1,900 Amazon, Blizzard, and Xbox employees in January of 2024, and then in May 2024, the company closed several companies, including Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks and Redfall developer Arcane Austin. Microsoft also laid off 650 more Xbox employees in September and cut around 1,000 employees from its HoloLens and Azure cloud teams in June of last year. Just a little recap there at the end to tell you this is not the first, not the last. But
It's just so wild how many cuts have been going on the last was this going on 3 years?
yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like
Wild.
I thought in
Well, 2 years,
2024
sorry,
it's
going on
like
2.
I thought in 2024 it's gonna be like we're slowing down. 2025 is gonna be
That's
like
what I
at the
thought.
start of this year, I
Yeah.
was like, all right, we're gonna slow down. Here we are. It's like halfway through the year. Nope. Still more.
No,
So
it just keeps going. I feel like the layoffs are getting worse. It's like there was the
yeah,
really big surge initially, and now it's just one after the other. Like every 6 months, there's just thousands of people getting laid off at these companies. It's
yeah.
absolutely brutal.
It's wild too that it's like some of their sales organizations gonna get hit. It's like they're just cutting down on
Yeah.
sales, dude. Your
I
your
guess you don't really
driver.
need to. Yeah. I don't
I
even
mean,
know, man. Maybe you just don't need to do sales anymore for Xbox. Maybe I don't know. Maybe marketing's where it is, all digital. No more outbound sales.
yeah, I mean that could definitely be it. So I mean, Microsoft's as big of a brand as it is. It's kind of like, I mean, I would anticipate you probably don't need to do as much like kind of like direct to consumer stuff because you probably have most of your base already. But yeah, I mean, on top of marketing too. I mean, all the commercials and stuff. I don't know. They find ways to get the word out, but I mean, they're at a point now where it's like, yeah, they probably don't need to do these crazy campaigns. I wouldn't think. I mean, they'll still do
No,
some
I don't
big
think
things,
so.
but I mean, I can't imagine. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. In other words, that some sales positions are getting cut. So
Yeah, I think this is probably going to intensify the talks of unions starting up in the tech world.
yeah,
I know
it's
they
true.
started with like Amazon and stuff, but Amazon was more about the guys in the or not the factories, the warehouses and doing logistics. I wonder if it'll happen more in like tech specifically with all these layoffs, and especially because there's a lot of AI that's continuing to start like taking over jobs, and
Yeah,
like making people kind of useless. It's a shame, but yeah, that's where we're heading.
that's a fact. It's definitely where we're heading. So, um, yeah, dude, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, it's never ending. Seems like hey, who knows? At this rate, I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna like see a true end. At least that's what it feels like. I'm sure it'll probably level out eventually.
Yeah,
It's been years now, dude. It's crazy.
I think the tech industry is basically in a recession right now.
Yeah, especially
It's
the
just
big companies.
yeah, just years and years of layoffs, years and years of canceled games, studios closing. I mean, that's a recession. Maybe not
Straight up.
global. I mean, it could technically be global, but it's more industry wide.
Yeah.
Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're not like an economics podcast, but it's like I guess the proper term for recession's like when it's like in the red for 2 quarters or something like that. I forget what the proper like.
Yeah, yeah. It's like 2 quarters, but they keep changing the definition.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Like looking
they
at
don't even
GDP or
calculate, in
something.
my
I don't know.
opinion. Yeah, like I think it was something in the 80s. They changed the way they calculate unemployment, so that's why unemployment always looks really good.
Yeah.
But
It's,
the rate, it's not what you think it would
yeah.
be. I forgot
Doesn't
exactly what it
doesn't tell
was.
the full picture. They say.
No, it certainly doesn't.
So yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't know. Microsoft's gonna level out. They've been certainly cutting, so we'll see at some point if it gets there. It'll be interesting whenever we see the day where it's like Microsoft has a lot of open positions. We'll see that article one day.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen soon. I bet you if the rates drop and stuff, and everybody starts like you can get loan money and you can get investors coming in, and they're gonna probably bulk up employment rate or their forces and like make positions redundant. But for right now, it ain't happening. It's all about cutting.
Definitely is not happening at all.
Hmm.
There's a lot going around in the certain esports community, Mike.
Yeah, dude. You linked me this one, and I couldn't believe what I was reading. John Needham, the guy over at Riot Games. So John Needham, if you don't know, he's the president of publishing and esports at Riot Games. He drives the unified vision of the around game vi- video game experience across the titles of League of Legends, Valorant, TFT, and TXKO. Um, yeah, so he wrote an article to address some news, and it's an interesting take. So this actually broke on Thursday. I don't have a timestamp, but it's on the official Riot Games website. I would assume either really early in the morning or late in the evening. Anyways, it is called "Why We're Opening Betting Sponsorships in Esports and How We're Doing It Responsibly." That is a wild statement to say we're betting responsibly.
Ooh, we're
Dude,
touching
shut
the
up.
edge. We're tickling the edge right there.
Yeah, we're making stuff up. That's what we are. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, this is how this is written. Keep in mind, this is from the president of Riot Games. We're opening up betting sponsorships opportunities to Tier 1 League of Legends and Valorant teams in the Americas and EMEA with safeguards to protect competitive integrity and the fan experience. At Riot, we're always believing or believed that building the future of esports means investing in sustainable ecosystem not just for today, but for the long run. That's why we're focusing on supporting the players, teams, and the fans who fuel it all. In 2023, I shared our vision for building a sustainable future for our esports ecosystem, and later followed up with the specific changes like a new partnership model and deeper work to unlock more predictable revenue streams and sponsorship opportunities for partner teams. One area that's been on our radar and that teams have been asking us to consider for years is sports betting as a sponsor category. Today, I want to share why we're opening up the betting sponsors, yikes, category for Tier 1 League of Legends and Valorant teams in the Americas and EMEA, and what we're doing to make sure it's done the right way. Okay, interesting. Why sports betting and why now? We know sports betting isn't for everyone and that some fans have strong feelings about it, and we respect that. However, the reality is the betting activity already exists around our sports and will continue whether we engage with it or not. Historically, this has been a restricted sponsorship category, and Riot has not engaged with betting companies. Teams have asked us to reconsider our stance, and after years of analysis to ensure we got it right, we agreed it was time to open up this category to create more revenue opportunities for teams and you. Sports betting, and more specifically, esports betting, is a space that more fans choose to engage with every year. According to Sports Radar, the total betting turnover globally involving just League of Legends esports and Valorant reached 10.7 billion in 2024. But here's the problem. 70% of bets across all sports are placed in unregulated markets with bookmakers who aren't licensed, aka we're not making money off of it. We believed it's better to engage in allowing betting sponsorships thoughtfully, carefully, and with the right protections than to sit on the sidelines while risk to fans and integrity go unchecked. It's not about the fans or the integrity. It's about getting in on that money, brother. Let's call it what it is. Is this capitalism or come on? What are we talking about here? Why are you just lying to our face like this? Our approach, he continues, our approach, guardrails first. Dude, I might tilt. I might honestly tilt. We're going to find out how this is going to go. And what do you think so far before I
Oh.
continue? You know this is coming, right? You know where this is going.
I just like listen to you talk about it, and they're like they're very intentionally making it out to be like this is for the teams. This is for our league.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
okay.
they're building like
Okay.
this is for them. But it's like
Yeah.
you can't just sit here and act like it doesn't work both
You're
ways.
not about to
You're
make a
not
fortune,
getting
right?
you're not getting a lot of that. Like let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like
You know?
you can spin it that way all you want, but like we can read the fine print.
Okay, I swear to you, if they start talking about how fans are getting scammed or screwed over from the third party websites, and this is their moral high ground to stand upon, to come over here and say, we can regulate it for them and we will do it safely and efficiently. Okay, the king of freaking loot boxes just walked in. We're talking about doing things ethically. Okay. All right. So their approach, let's talk about guardrails, okay? As a publisher of the world's two biggest esports, we take seriously our duty to teams, players, and fans to safeguard the ecosystem we build and position it for long term success. This means fully owning our decision to unlock this category by establishing a well researched sports betting partnership program that, and there are three things here. One, answers the call from our partner teams to open up sponsorship opportunities with betting brands to generate additional revenue for their financial health. Two, guides and supports the development of regulations, monitoring best practices, and educational programs that protect the integrity of esports teams, pros, fans, and events. And then three, strengthens and reinforces the competitive integrity standards of our esports competitions by improving our ability to monitor betting activity for violations of our policies. I wonder, are they going to do the NFL strategy? If you do sports bet, even if you're betting on yourself to do things, you can get banned for over a year. But if you do performance enhancing drugs, you're only out for like half a season. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about, man? Or like you could punch your significant other and you're sitting out for like 2 weeks suspension, and then you get caught betting $5 on a tennis match. You're out for like a year, and you
Like
are disbarred from any performances or
zero
appearances.
tolerance. Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's not about the money, man. Just follow the money. That's all that matters to these people. Our ability to meet these goals means we have to equip teams with the right tools and guidance to effectively navigate the sports betting sponsorship space in a manner that protects the fans and esports event experiences. Here are the highlights of how we are engaging sports betting partners. Number one, vet and approve all potential sports betting partners. Before any potential sports betting partners can pursue a partnership with a partner team, they must be vetted and approved by Riot. It's important it's important to us to bring the same razor of scrutiny to all betting brands interested in our teams. Okay, so here's the deal. They're not getting the deals or the sponsorships with the team. They're going to Riot, and then Riot's just like, how much do you want to pay us to let us approve you?
Pretty
That's what
much.
that is. And they're like, okay, yeah, cool. All right, you are approved. Thank you for the money. You can go sign with any team you want. And
Thank you
then
for the money.
the f-
We also get 10% of every bet. Thanks. Like,
yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that. Like, small
something.
cut of
It's
each.
100%.
Like
100% it's gonna be like that.
some recurring revenues involved. I have a feeling.
This is just when I thought, developer leagues couldn't get any worse. They just go and prove me wrong. Build on our established official partnerships with Grid. For a digital first sport like esports, using clean official data is critical to weakening black markets and stopping shady operators from taking advantage of fans and pros. That's why in 2023, we established a global partnership and investment in Grid to create a single trusted source of esports data for teams and commercial partners, including betting operators. Any potential betting partner must use Grid to power their offerings, ensuring consistency, integrity, and accountability across the board. Okay, so we're going to fix the books to make sure the lines are as precise as they possibly can. So anybody that's betting will lose and they won't find an edge. Cool. Mandate is number 3. Mandate team integrity program checks. As part of our broader sponsorship guidelines, we've established requirements for teams to create and assess their own internal integrity program, one that aligns with our expectations. 1, ensure competitive integrity. 2, safeguard players and young audiences. 3, uphold responsible betting practices. Wow. So mandate the team to take on accountability and liability. Cool.
Yeah.
Integrity isn't something Riot can uphold alone. It's a shared responsibility across the entire ecosystem. Yeah, but if the teams mess up, they're not going to fire Riot from the league. They're going to fire the teams, aren't they? So teams pursuing betting partnerships must have established an integrity program inclusive of policy development, monitoring, and education. They must also assess if this, like all other partnerships, make sense for their brand and fans. Dude, these are children playing these games. Like, let's be adults here.
Straight up.
It's not about the fans or the players. All right, so 4, support and foster our tier 2 esports ecosystem. While sponsorships are only open to tier 1 League of Legends and Valorant teams in the Americas and EMEA, the overall program will support the growth and advancement of our tier 2 esports teams. A portion of Riot's revenues earned from the sports betting program will be invested back into tier 2 across the number of areas, including 1, increasing prize pools and creating new tournaments to support aspiring pros. 2, additional integrity systems developments. 3, expanded training and education programs for our partner tournaments, operators, and aspiring pros. You know, this reminds me of the education lottery that they do state to state. All the funding will go to the
True.
education, but when you actually do the numbers, it's like insignificant.
Rough.
Yeah, so that's more of like everybody can get behind this for sure, but what's it actually do in practice?
Here's a talking point. How will
Yeah.
that actually affect the prize pool?
Hey, focus on this, not the other 3 other things that just basically screw everybody over. Uh, insane. Okay, so here's what he continues saying. We are protecting the viewing experience. The last thing we want to do is disrupt League of Legends esports and Valorant broadcasts with an influx of sports betting ads. So we've established at the onset of the Riot-owned broadcast and social channels will stay betting free, which means no ads, no sponsored segments from betting partners, and no betting partner logos on team jerseys. Then what's the point?
This what? What?
What's the point?
Wait. So like you're allowing it, but we're not going to promote it per se? What? I don't get
It will
that.
be up to each team to craft how sports betting related content shows up on their channel within the guidelines of the sponsorship program, content platform, TOS, and local regulations.
Wait, this just like
okay,
this just
I guess
screams to
this is
me.
more of
It just screams to me like, yeah, we'll take the money. That's like what this shit's like. We don't want to like.
yeah,
You could give us money. We're not going to show your platform or promote it on the broadcast. But
yeah. We're not gonna
give
do
us your
any
money.
legwork, but if you want to be established with us, you can be established with us. Give us money, but we're also not going to do anything to benefit you.
Yeah, but like it's up to the team's discretion on their own channels if they want to, disclose the partner and do all that. God, it's so weird.
So stupid. This all seems misguided and a money grab.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like anything about this. Keep in mind, like some of these kids, because they are kids, they're like early 20s at like the like legacy level, right?
Yeah.
They've been in the scene for a while. Why would you like some of the spawn? Let's get malicious, okay? Let's think about this. You got streamers that are making like $500,000 a month. They're betting 100 grand on these matches for like certain players to get a couple of headshots, or certain players not to, or like to frag or under frag. What is stopping them from being like just a quick DM or catch them on the side and like, hey, just throw this match.
Just throw.
No worries.
Just run
Yeah.
out there. Slightly miss your nade. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, just slightly, and then we'll just split it. It'd be no big deal. Like let's put it bad this way. Like first round, everybody thinks you're gonna just outslay, outkill, whatever, and then you just do the opposite, and it's against an opponent that's not very good. Now it's all about competitive integrity, but dude, I don't know if you played online gaming. These kids are cheating constantly, constantly, and you're over
integrity.
here talking about this. There's no integrity. Whatever.
They
All
know.
right. So looking ahead, we believe that showing up in this space responsibly, okay, is better than letting others define it for us. We've said before the Riot is all in for the long term on our esports, and that means stepping into arenas like sports betting with the objective to both guide and protect our brands from bad actors by establishing what good looks like, while also providing an avenue for teams to benefit financially. With any new endeavor, there will be challenges, and if we need to make adjustments, we will. Please know our overall commitment is to do right by our players, teams, and fans, as well as the world-class esports experience that we built together and want to see thrive for years to come. Wow. I wonder what people are saying about this online. I hate it. Just full stop. What do you think, Kyle?
It's just like, I don't know. It's I mean, it's like originally I didn't know if I wasn't necessarily like fully against it. I'm like, whatever, like sports betting's it's more and more popular now, like, and there is lines you can do for League and, you know, like CS, even Halo, I think at one point had lines, like pretty much everything you could bet on it, so it's like, well, whatever. But it's like, I mean, I mean, to a certain extent I can understand not promoting the services on the mainstream because you don't want to risk like showing probably the younger audience that and kind of promoting that per se. But it's like if you're not going to show it on the main broadcast, I feel like if I was like if I was a bookmaker, or if I was some sort of book, like why would I want to like necessarily promote or like go to the league to try and like, you know, partner up with it if on the main broadcast the one gets the most views, I'm not even allowed to like show my logo or anything. I just feel like there's no like main benefit there. It's like you're like sure you can go with the teams and you can like have a partnership with the teams, but like they can't even promote your logos on their own kits or anything. Like it's just like completely devoid of that in the main events where most people are going to be watching. So
Yeah.
I just think that's so weird. Like I just don't like this screams to me. It's like yeah, like we're realizing how much money we're losing on this. So like let's find a way to like make it seem like we're gonna, you know, do right by the players and the fans and like allow this to be promoted, but also like we're not gonna show it on the main broadcast because what it implies. It's like I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna do this, just go all in, and they're not going all in. It's like
I,
I don't know.
I don't even know if it's like going all in. I just think it's just morally bankrupt. I don't think you should be doing this at all. Um, I mean, people keep saying that like esports isn't profitable, and I think it's because everybody's trying to model it after uh, like national sports leagues. But that's just not how it works. There's no stadiums that people go to. There's no real jerseys or a shop that you can go and buy from. And I just like I don't get it, man. I don't agree with the sports betting, especially in esports. It's full scale degeneracy. I don't think you get much more degenerate than this.
In esports betting, yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I agree.
And I say that as somebody who went full degen and did that like last summer. So
I remember.
yeah. I say it all the time, but it's like it doesn't matter, you know? Whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But
I think this is gonna turn around and bite him in the face, in my opinion.
yeah, it might. Certainly might. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like I feel like again, I think it's like if you're gonna do this, like you might as well just go all in, let them promote on your streams, just like whatever. Like if you're gonna do it. I mean, I'm not like entirely against it. I just think their approach is like very strange. So
Yeah.
that's my stance. Very interesting.
Dark days.
It really
All right,
is.
man.
It really do be, you know.
How about you switch gears for us? Let's
Let's
go
do it.
let's go talk about what Square Enix has been up to. How shall we?
We should. Andrew Heighten over at Insider Gaming wrote this article about Square Enix will make more turn-based games and recognizes the success of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's gonna do it. Not many saw the outrageous success coming from Clair Obscur Expedition 33. The game had potential, but it's likely exceeded all expectations in 2025. So much so, a Square Enix investor is reportedly pushing for Square Enix to shift gears back to turn-based games, using Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest as examples. Final Fantasy hasn't been an overtly turn-based title in some time. You could argue Final Fantasy XII was the final game to embrace any proper turn-based elements. Since then, Square Enix has focused on creating a more engaging real-time action. This might not stay this way forever. Could future Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games be turn-based? Final Fantasy purists would probably love the return of a purely turn-based FF game. According to a translated post from Genki, one Square Enix investor is pushing for the company to return to its roots. Saying, quote, at the Square Enix shareholders meeting, one investor said they would like the new Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games to be turn-based and highlighted Expedition 33's success as an example. It's claimed. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has experienced massive success as a turn-based RPG. There's plenty of life left in the game, and Square recognizes this. Square Enix responded that they were aware of Expedition 33 and believe that command-based RPGs are the origin of Square Enix. They value the genre of command-based RPGs and plan to continue delivering such games in the future. Square doesn't appear to be done with turn-based gameplay. It would make sense, as despite the critical acclaim of Final Fantasy XVI, the game didn't meet sales expectations. A little tweet, Genki outlining stated, is Final Fantasy moving back to turn-based the right move? Are turn-based games the future that companies have been overlooking? Let us know your thoughts in Insider Gaming Forum, which is linked in the article in our description. So go there, your thoughts if you're heard about it. I think this is it's fascinating to see Square Enix kind of like, I guess recognizing the success that Expedition 33 is having, realizing like, there's still a fan base for turn-based, and there's still a way to do turn-based that is engaging for a lot of people. So I think for the longest time, especially for someone like me, it's like I'd play turn-based games, but like it wouldn't really rope me in. I feel like with Expedition 33, it's like you have like the kind of the quick time events. I don't know, that's probably the wrong words to say, but like it has those like it keeps you engaged throughout combat, so you're not just sitting there pressing a button and watching.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think it's for the ADD generation for sure. So
Honestly, yeah. I never really got into the turn-based stuff, although I thought it was I liked watching it because I was always into the story, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, for me personally, it was like I didn't have too much of a interest in turn-based. However, there's so much hype around Expedition 33. Some of my friends that have like only played shooters are saying they're playing this game. So I'm
yeah,
kind of interested. I'm like, dang, if you're that's a big jump, like genre-wise,
that is a big
and they're
jump.
just loving it. And I think that's kind of cool.
It's a
Makes me want to look
very,
into it.
very big jump. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably be a game for me. Like I'm gonna return to it, but it might be like a slow burn kind of for me. I'll see kind of how my other stuff's going and try and keep it going. But I've heard good things about the story, so far it's caught my eye. So we'll see how it continues to go. But yeah, solid game so far, and got a lot of positive feedback from the community. So it's exciting to see for a
That's good.
studio that small and kind of an indie dev, so to speak, coming out here publishing on Xbox and doing numbers. So
Yeah, it is actually like really sick.
it's really, really sick. Won't lie. So yeah, interesting stuff. Excited to see what Square Enix does next. I think everyone's kind of waiting. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're burning through this, Mike. We're burning through this.
I feel good, man.
Burning, baby.
I'm liking it. Yeah, we're on the last article now. This is the earliest we've gotten to the last article. Let's milk it for all it's worth. You guys ready for 30 minutes? No, I'm just kidding. I doubt it'll last that long. But I'm glad you linked this one. I've seen it happening over time. If you remember correctly, this is about Netflix, by the way. I was talking to Kyle, and if you remember Kyle, I sent you, I think you and Nick in our group chat about how I keep seeing more and more Netflix was like pushing games on their main page. I
Yeah.
never clicked it. I don't know if you did. I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I think that might have been their last like real push because apparently they're backing further away, is what this article says from John Walker here. Netflix backs even further away from gaming, losing 20 titles next month. Big names like Hades, Monument Valley, and the Case of the Golden Idol are leaving the service. Which kind of makes sense because if you're using Netflix, you're using it to watch. You're not using it to game. And I think that's a branding issue,
It's
you
true.
know. Anyways, this is it's not the longest article. I think it basically goes until about Bungie, right? The one underneath.
Oh yeah. Something like
Whatever.
that.
We'll get into it. Anyways, it looks like Netflix is taking another huge step backward from its involvement in video games. It's been announced that a whopping 20 games are being removed from the service, including big names like Hades and even Netflix exclusives like Monument Valley 3. It's fair to say we, and when I say we, I'm talking about Mr. John Walker over here at Kotaku. Um, but it is fair to say we didn't view Netflix movie or a move into gaming with a long-term optimism. The video streaming service's intention to stream games too was announced in the rubble of Google's abysmal attempt Stadia, while the majority of its offerings, though more excellent, were for a long time confined to mobile devices. I remember that too. Clearly, the company had big intentions, at one point setting up a AAA studio, Team Blue, with names like Chaco Sunny, formerly of Blizzard, Joseph Staten, known for his work on Halo, and Gears of War art director Raphael Grassetti. However, that didn't survive for long, with the studio closing late last year, having not released anything, not even a potential game's name. That's embarrassing, to be honest, because Stadia came out ages ago. Anyways, it was only this time last year that Netflix declared it was developing an enormous 80 new games to be added to the 96 already hosting by the survey or service. And it's important to note that there are some all-time classics among what's already there. GTA San Andreas, Oxenfree, Dead Cells, Kentucky Route Zero. These are games people want to play. However, it's not known that their numbers are in fact going to drop by 20 with names. It's now known that the number is going to drop by 20 with names like Hades, Braid, Monument Valley, and the Case of Golden Idol to be lost throughout July. Even more notably, some of the games listed as leaving were until now exclusive to the service, such as Rainbow Six SMOL. I actually don't know what that stands for. Do you?
I
Small?
don't think I know either. I was trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No clue. Special ops something. Monument Three Valley 3. So it's unclear at this point what will happen to these games and whether they will be available to play anywhere else. This move follows not only the closure of Team Blue last year or last November, but also the move that same month to delist 20 of Netflix interactive television programs. Four remained, however, including popular experiments like Black Mirror's episode Bandersnatch and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend. But even those, or even these, are now gone as of May 2025. For some reason, Bear Grylls You versus Wild remains available. Dude, I don't need this. I don't
Slander.
need the abuse.
Slander.
The slander
Straight
of
up.
Bear Grylls will not be tolerated.
Straight
Get that out
up.
of here.
Straight up.
Let's continue on. What do they got to say? While there's been no official announcement, it does seem somewhat likely that Netflix have previously announced plans to release a new internally developed game every month will be met. These, however, are mostly intended to be tie ins with new shows and movies, so perhaps the company will push ahead with them as promotional material. It does seem safe to say that Netflix's ambitions to break into original gaming, however, look to be pretty much over. Here's the full list of games departing the service next month, most of which are gone by July 14th, which is in about 3 weeks. Let's look. What do we got?
Not Battleship.
I Battleship, Braid Anniversary Edition, Carmen San Diego, Cocomelon,
Coco Melon.
Play with JJ, Cocomelons, my
Coco
bad.
Melon. No.
Death's Door, Dinner Out, Merge Cafe, Dumb Ways to Die, Fashion Verse, Ghost Detective, Hades, Katana Mo Zero, or Katana Zero, uh,
Guantanamo
Guantanamo,
Bay. Guantanamo Zero.
yeah, Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, Ludo King, Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3, Rainbow Six Small,
Small.
uh, Smol, SMOL, Raji, an ancient epic, SpongeBob Bubble Pop Fun.
Bubble
No, not the
pop, bro.
SpongeBob.
No.
Ted, Tumblewords, The Case of the Golden Idol, The Rise of the Golden Idol, Snap, and Vineyard Valley.
Vineyard Valley.
Yikes.
Oh man.
That's a lot, man. I think that's it, yeah, because Kotaku set up their the thing to be
Yeah, it's
continuously
infinite scroll,
scrolling.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yikes. I was wondering what Joseph Staten was up to. I'm gonna actually Google his name because I'm
like
curious to
Coco
see what
Melon.
he's been up to.
Dude, yeah, I remember that. It was announced like just that whenever he left 343 and it was like he's going to Netflix, and then Netflix just crashed and burned. It's like yikes.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
man.
almost instantly. It's insane.
Coco Melon with JJ. Coco Melon. Yeah. This is I don't know, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Netflix is just like, yeah, I don't think this is working. So there's like kind of like backpedaling at this point. Because yeah, I mean, to your point, before you even read the article, it's like Netflix is synonymous with TV shows and movies. It's kind of hard, I think, to try and sell a new service on there, especially when they've done a lot to, I won't say ruin their business, but I'm mainly thinking about the password thing. I still haven't gotten over that. Like, it was crazy when
Yeah,
it's like they switched up, and then like everyone was like, "Yeah, I just won't even get Netflix now," kind of thing. So that's why.
I think Netflix does not understand what gamers want and do. So the only way to use Netflix gaming is you got to go after a casual gamer, pretty much. And that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because true, like hardcore gamers, they're always on their PC. The ones that I know rarely are watching. They rather be playing video games all night than watch TV all night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So, yeah, that's how I was. That's how a lot of my friends are. That's
yeah,
how a lot of pretty much everybody that I see perpetually online, that's how they are. They're just at their PC or on their phone and they're gaming pretty
yeah.
much. I don't know what Netflix was really trying to accomplish.
Yeah, man. I don't know either. I mean, it was a. I mean, I could understand them like just at least giving it a shot, but I don't know.
Oh
At this
yeah, for
point,
sure. I'm not saying don't try.
this point,
I just
it's a failure. Understand? It's a failure.
it wasn't good. It was not good.
Yeah, it just didn't
Did not
work.
work out.
A lot of people playing, so yeah, it's rather unfortunate, dude. You use a controller on your phone and everything. I use my phone. Use a controller, dude. Doing it.
I will use my phone as a remote to control me flipping
That
back and forth and choosing what to play.
that I can get behind. Trying
Yeah.
to sit there as controller on it. I don't know, fam. It's not me. I'd rather
You wild out for
physical
that. No way.
physical controller, bro. That's all I want. I'm playing
Mhm.
games, bro. That's all I want. Dude, it's sorry, Netflix. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know. I don't know what
It's
to
a
say,
wrap,
man.
brother.
It's just tough that you tried. They did. But
I'm not ruling it completely out, but I do want to figure out exactly what the heck Rainbow Six Small is.
small.
Small.
Small. It's like the
Oh
meme
my
small.
gosh, it actually is small. It's a top-down chaos meets roguelite challenge on your mobile device, developed by Ubisoft and published by Netflix. The game throws you into a twisted yet delightful, cute version of the serious and realistic Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six universe.
It's
This
complaining
game,
people. This is
for those of you that are only listening, we are showing the trailer. It's a small.
It really is, dude. It's Rainbow Six Small. I like they actually played to the name of the meme, which is kind of funny. Unless it's like an actual acronym that they used. I don't know if they're that.
Well, it's in
creative.
all
I feel like
caps.
it's
That's
just,
why.
I don't know. It's like
That's why I thought it was. It was actually. Oh, this game came out a year ago. Holy crap!
small. Actually, yeah, it looks like it runs pretty well.
People say it's actually like a lot of fun, and there's decent traps. It's cool. It's a lot of time, like a lot of good time. Yeah.
Actually, for a mobile game, it actually does look kind of fun. I can't lie.
Apparently, it has 6 hours worth of gameplay in it,
Okay. All
single player
right.
style.
All right, Ubisoft. All right. All right.
I don't think it stands for anything, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think it's literally just like
Yeah.
the meme, small, very small.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But hey, man, Not bad. Not bad.
I like it. Nice.
Well, Mike, we've reached the end.
That's all we got.
Bro,
Let's go.
Talk about short episodes. Hey, short one.
Hey, that's kind of what's going to happen, right? Like, we're in the
Especially
summer. A
this
lot of
time of
people
year.
have been taking vacations. There's not a whole lot of games coming out, really. We just got past, like earlier this month, we got past the Summer Games Fest. So,
Yeah. It's the
Summer
true
Games
off
Fest kind of
season.
lackluster, but also, yeah,
It's
it's like a true break.
It really is.
True
Kind of
break.
like the off season for a lot of stuff, gaming included. Not a lot of big
Yes,
releases.
sir.
Everyone's just kind of like you're saying, taking time. Now's like the time to take time and just not work.
100%.
So that's what people are doing, man.
That's right. This is the way. But anyways, why don't we go ahead? Let's wrap up the show. Let's let the people go. And you and I kind of fresh out the rest of this episode, get it published. I got some things I got to get done, and it's kind of late. So let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Do you have anything to add?
I don't even think that. Well, I think at some point, Mike, we could talk about a potential summer break, not a long one, but like maybe see
You want to
July.
do a week
depending
or 2
on
weeks? Where are you going?
Depending
You
on
going to
how
the beach?
July kind of swings. I mean, we might
Yeah.
might be a nice little, let's say sabbatical, but maybe 1-2 weeks, just kind of like mid-season break. I don't know.
I'm
Thinking
kind of
about
down for that. When was our? We should. You know what we should do? Because in the States, everybody goes on a holiday, and most of these publishers are all in the States. I think next week might be the one.
It is. It's the 4th, ain't it? Yeah.
It's the Independence Day, dude.
Sure is.
Gotta fight the British.
Nice little. Yeah, actually,
Uh-huh.
you might be onto something.
I think that's the weekend because
Yeah.
we publish on Fridays, and that is 4th of July. It's on a Friday this year.
Yeah.
I say we go ahead and just call it. We're gonna give you guys 2 weeks off.
Just
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We'll give
see
you
what
1
you
week off.
Listen, go spend your time with family. Go have some If you're in the States, go have some burgers.
If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, go get sunburn. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere, put on a coat because it's winter for you.
Something, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the holiday. That's all I'll say. I know some people. Look, I know some people out there too are very divisive on the 4th of July, and I can understand that. So just take some time.
I'm not divisive. I take pride and humor in it. So what I do is, for 4th of July, call up my dad who's English, and I wish him a happy Independence Day. I've been doing that every year for like 20 years.
Love that.
So, yeah, it's
hey,
great.
and now you're near your family again. So there you go. Spend some
they're
personal time.
They're kind of like right down the road, like literally like 4 or 5 miles away. So that's pretty sick.
It's a gift, man. It's a gift. A lot of people get it, so I'm trying to take advantage of that as well. Because I'm pretty much down the road as well for my parents. So
heck yeah, that's awesome.
Just embrace it while I have it, dude.
Really,
I don't know if I'll be
100%.
here forever, so I'm just taking advantage of it.
That's a fact. You have to. Yeah, gonna make me tear up, man.
Just take a week off, everyone. Just take a week. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks, man.
That's a fact. All right, but before we let you go, if you did stick around this late, honestly, we usually do these for an hour minimum. We're letting you off easy this week. Links are in the description below, along with timestamps. We have social media links if you want to reach out to us. I don't really get on social media as much as I have in the past, and I haven't really been on Discord in a while. I mean, I'm on it, but you and the boys noticed.
Hey,
they're
man.
like, is he alive? Wellness check?
I gotta do it sometimes. Is it like that?
I told you guys I was like, I'm buried. I'll see you. Like, I might go radio silent for a couple of days. Sorry. But anyways, it was good chatting with you, Kyle. We'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Kyle and I, we should probably game or do something and chill.
We should, man.
I don't know.
We should.
We got to figure something out.
Yeah.
I should be a little bit more free.
Once you figure out the work stuff, dude, we'll schedule something for sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Anyways, we'll let you guys go. We're done rambling. We appreciate you for tuning in. I'm Michael Anthony. That's Kyle Heath. This has been the M2 Podcast, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And we'll cover probably gaming releases for July. So see you then.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
We'll see you later. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Keep gaming.